Have you ever woken up one morning and felt something different? Maybe it wasn't pain. There was no injury, no bruises. But as you reached to tie your shoelaces or stood up from your favorite chair, a strange heaviness held your legs. A quiet struggle. You paused. Was I always this slow? This silent change often goes unnoticed, until one day the simple becomes difficult, and by then your muscles have been quietly fading away. You may not see it, you may not feel it, but right now thousands of older adults just like you are losing muscle strength day by day without even knowing it. This isn't just aging, it's called sarcopenia, a medical condition that causes muscle mass to shrink, strength to disappear, and independence to slowly slip away. After the age of 50, your body naturally loses about 1% to 2% of muscle each year. But here's the shocking truth. Some of the most common foods in your kitchen may be making this much worse. They don't come with warning labels. In fact, some of them have been called healthy for years. And today, we're going to uncover 5 of the most surprising and dangerous muscle-destroying foods that older adults eat every single day. So if you've noticed that daily tasks are feeling harder lately, if you're feeling weaker, less steady, or just not like yourself, stay with me. Because what you'll discover today could mark a turning point in your journey towards strength, balance, and lasting health. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our Senior Fit family, where every week we bring you powerful science-backed tips to stay strong, energized, and independent at age. Now let's begin with the first silent enemy of your muscles. It's breakfast time. The sun peeks through the window, and you sit down at your kitchen table, just like you've done for decades. You reach for the familiar white loaf of bread, soft and warm toast a couple slices, and spread on a little butter or jam. Maybe there's a cup of coffee on the side, a morning ritual you've come to love. It feels comforting, it feels normal, but inside your body something else is happening. That toast, harmless as it seems, is setting off a chain reaction. One that inflames your tissues, disrupts your hormones, and silently chips away at your muscle strength. White bread pasta pastries and cookies made from refined flour are staples in most homes. They're easy to digest, quick to prepare, and taste great. But what most people don't realize is that these foods are nutritionally empty. During processing, refined flours are stripped of fiber, vitamins, and minerals. All that's left are starchy, fast-absorbing carbohydrates that turn into sugar in your bloodstream within minutes. Now imagine this: every time you eat them, your blood sugar spikes like a roller coaster. Your body responds by releasing a flood of insulin to bring that sugar down. But over time, this repeated spike and crash rhythm creates systemic inflammation, a condition where your body is in a constant low-level battle. That's terrible news for your muscles, because inflammation is like rust to metal. It eats away at muscle fibers slowly and silently. And it doesn't stop there. Insulin spikes interfere with your body's ability to use the protein you eat. Even if you're eating enough chicken or eggs, the nutrients can't reach your muscles effectively. Your body is too busy fighting off sugar highs to focus on repair and growth. Worse yet, these empty calories from refined flour don't nourish your body. They feed fat instead of muscle. So while your weight might be going up, your strength is quietly going down. You might notice it when you carry a shopping bag and feel winded, or when walking upstairs leaves your legs trembling. One study found that diets high in refined carbohydrates directly increase the risk of insulin resistance, a condition that not only leads to type 2 diabetes, but also accelerates muscle breakdown. Now here's something even more concerning. Your joints pay the price too. When your muscles are weak, your joints have to work harder. The extra weight gained from these carb-heavy foods puts pressure on your knees, hips, and lower back. You may not feel the damage today, but over time, it builds like a quiet storm, until one day getting up from your chair feels like climbing a mountain. So what can you do? First, don't panic. You don't have to give up bread or pasta forever, but you do need to make smarter choices. Swap your white bread for 100% whole grain versions, like rye oats or sprouted grain bread. These options keep the natural fiber and nutrients that help stabilize your blood sugar and reduce inflammation. Love. Pasta. Choose whole wheat, or try delicious alternatives like lentil chickpea or quinoa. Pasta packed with protein and minerals your muscles crave. Combine your meals with lean proteins like grilled chicken or fish, and healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, or nuts. These nutrients work together to repair and protect your muscles. Even small changes in your daily diet can help reverse the damage and give your muscles the support they need. Because every meal is not just about feeding your hunger, it's about feeding your future strength. That's why making small but smart changes to what's on your plate can help protect your muscle strength and give your body the fuel it truly needs. But just as harmful as those soft slices of white bread is something else, something many of us drink without a second thought. Imagine this. It's a quiet morning. You're sitting at your kitchen table, the light streaming through the window. You've made your toast, poured your coffee, and now you reach for a tall glass of freshly squeezed orange juice. It's a habit you've had for years. It feels natural, healthy even. After all, we've always been told that orange juice is good for us, full of vitamin C, great for the immune system, a bright and refreshing way to start the day. But behind that sweet, familiar taste is a danger that few people talk about. Fruit juice. Especially orange juice is one of the most misunderstood items in the kitchen. Though it comes from fruit, once it's been squeezed, something crucial has been left behind: the fiber. That natural fiber is your body's shield. It slows the absorption of sugar, keeps your digestion steady, and prevents sudden spikes in blood sugar levels. Without it, drinking juice becomes the equivalent of flooding your body with sugar in a matter of seconds. What happens next is a silent storm. Your blood sugar rises rapidly, forcing your body to release a surge of insulin to bring it back down. Then comes the crash, the fatigue, the fog, the sluggishness. And in that moment, your muscles are left vulnerable. This repeated roller coaster of sugar highs and lows doesn't just drain your energy, it damages your muscle fibers over time. And it goes deeper than that. The type of sugar in juice, fructose, is processed primarily in your liver. When consumed in excess, like in a full glass of juice, the liver becomes overwhelmed. It starts converting the sugar into fat. This buildup of fat in the liver is a condition called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and it's more common than most people think, especially in older adults. But even more concerning is the inflammation this process creates. Chronic low-grade inflammation that quietly breaks down muscle tissue, slows recovery, and reduces the ability of your muscles to absorb the nutrients they need to grow and repair. And there's another hidden danger. Fructose doesn't tell your brain you're full. It doesn't trigger satiety the way other nutrients do. That means you might drink a glass of juice, feel satisfied for a few minutes, and then suddenly find yourself reaching for a snack or another carb-heavy bite. The hunger returns quickly, and so does the cycle of overconsumption and undernourishment. Many people ask, isn't it the same as eating the fruit itself? The answer is no, not at all. When you eat a whole orange, you get fiber. You chew slowly. You eat one, maybe two. But a single glass of juice might contain the sugar of 3 or 4 oranges. That's far more than your body is meant to handle in one sitting, especially without the fiber to balance it out. Over time, this overload can lead to insulin resistance, a condition where your cells stop responding to insulin properly. And when insulin can't do its job, your muscles can't get the amino acids they need. Even if you're eating protein, it's not reaching your muscles where it matters. So what should you do instead? You don't need to give up the flavors you love, but there are better ways to enjoy them. Instead of juice, try blending whole fruits into a smoothie using the peel and pulp where possible. Pair oranges with low fructose fruits, like strawberries, blackberries, or blueberries. These not only reduce the sugar load, but add antioxidants and fiber that support your muscles, not strain them. If you still want something refreshing in the morning, consider a glass of water with a slice of lemon. Or sip on herbal teas gentle on your system, hydrating and supportive of overall health. These small changes can help restore balance and give your muscles the environment they need to thrive. Because what we drink is just as important as what we eat. And sometimes even the most familiar things like a glass of juice can quietly steal our strength if we don't pay attention. Up next, we'll turn to a common protein source that many older adults rely on for convenience and flavor. But behind the smoky taste and pink slices lies a powerful threat to your muscle health, and it may be sitting in your fridge right now. You might be doing everything right, eating fruits, watching your carbs, staying active, and still find yourself getting weaker. If that's the case, the answer may be hiding in your refrigerator in the form of food that looks like a protein, but acts more like poison when it comes to your muscles. I'm talking about processed meats, slices of ham, cold cuts, sausages, salami, bacon, those easy-to-reach, ready-to-eat proteins that so many of us have come to rely on over the years. They're convenient, they taste good, and they feel like a safe choice, especially when you don't feel like cooking a full meal. But the truth is they're anything but safe. Every time you eat a piece of processed meat, your muscles pay a price. And that price adds up over time. To understand why we have to look beneath the surface, these meats are full of chemical preservatives, especially nitrites and nitrates that are added to keep them looking fresh, give them that pink color, and extend their shelf life. But inside the body, these chemicals do something far more damaging. They create oxidative stress, a condition where your cells are flooded with unstable molecules that break down tissue, including muscle tissue. And then there's inflammation. Just like with refined carbs and sugary drinks, these preservatives trigger a chronic inflammatory state that slows healing, weakens your immune system, and interrupts the very process your body uses to repair and rebuild muscle fibers. But that's just the beginning. Most processed meats are also loaded with saturated fats, and in lower quality products, trans fats, the worst kind of fats for your heart, your circulation, and your muscles. These fats clog your blood vessels, restricting blood flow to your muscles. And when your muscles don't get enough oxygen or nutrients, they weaken. They fatigue faster. And over time, they shrink. You might be feeling more tired after your walks. Maybe your legs cramp more often, or your arms feel heavy after lifting something light. It's not your imagination. It's the result of muscles being slowly starved of the fuel they need to function. And then there's sodium, the silent saboteur in every bite. Processed meats are packed with salt. It's what keeps them preserved. But that extra sodium pulls water out of your body. It dehydrates you often without you realizing it. And dehydration hits muscle function directly. You'll feel it as cramps, stiffness, or just a general sense of fatigue. Ever notice how thirsty you get after a ham sandwich or a few slices of salami? That's your body crying out for balance. And when muscles are dry, they don't contract properly. They become more prone to injury. Recovery takes longer, and over time the risk of falls or weakness increases. Now, some might argue, but processed meats have protein, right? Yes, they do. But it's not the kind your body can rely on. Often these meats are mixed with starches, fillers, or flours that dilute the protein content and lower the quality of the amino acids. Compared to a piece of grilled chicken or a simple boiled egg, the protein in a slice of processed ham barely stands a chance. So what can you do? The answer isn't complicated. It's just about going back to basics. Cook your protein when you can. Choose lean meats like chicken breast turkey or beef cuts with minimal fat. Roast them, grill them, bake them, whatever's easiest for you. These whole food proteins contain complete amino acid profiles that feed your muscles, not your inflammation. If you enjoy seafood, bring more fatty fish into your meals. Salmon, mackerel, sardines. They not only provide excellent protein, but also deliver omega-3 fatty acids, which actively fight inflammation and help protect your joints and muscles. And don't forget about eggs, nature's most perfect protein. Affordable, versatile, and full of vitamins and minerals that support muscle strength. A boiled egg for breakfast or a veggie omelet for dinner can do wonders for your recovery and energy. If you're looking for plant-based options, lentils, beans, chickpeas, and nuts, like almonds or walnuts, are rich in protein and other nutrients. When paired together, they provide the full amino acids your body needs without the harmful additives found in processed meat. You don't have to overhaul your entire kitchen overnight. Start small. Replace that cold-cut sandwich with a tuna salad. Swap the bacon with an egg or a spoonful of hummus and roasted veggies. These shifts, though simple, give your muscles the support they need to stay strong, flexible, and reliable as you age. And remember, it's not just about avoiding what harms you. It's about choosing what helps you heal, restore, and grow stronger even in your 60s, 70s, or 80s. Your body hasn't given up on you. And with the right food, you won't have to give up on it either. Coming up next, we'll look at a green, leafy vegetable praised as a superfood. But when eaten the wrong way, it can quietly block the very nutrients your muscles depend on. You might be surprised to hear just how tricky something as healthy as spinach can become. We've always been told to eat our vegetables. Leafy greens in particular are hailed as nature's medicine, packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, and that's absolutely true. But sometimes even the healthiest foods come with a hidden side, especially when we eat them in the wrong way or in amounts that our bodies struggle to handle. Take spinach, for example. This vibrant green leaf is practically a symbol of strength. We think of it and imagine energy, vitality, even cartoons where a single bite transforms a character into a muscle-powered hero. Spinach is rich in iron, calcium, magnesium, vitamin K, everything your muscles and bones need to thrive. But what if I told you that eating too much raw spinach, especially on a daily basis, might actually be weakening your muscles instead of strengthening them? It sounds hard to believe. But the reason lies in a naturally occurring substance inside spinach called oxalic acid. Oxalic acid isn't dangerous in small amounts. In fact, it's found in other vegetables too, like beet greens and Swiss chard. But spinach contains it in especially high concentrations. And here's the problem: oxalic acid has a unique ability to bind to minerals in your digestive system, specifically calcium and magnesium. When this happens, these essential minerals are no longer available for your body to absorb. They pass right through your system, unused and wasted. Now imagine this happening day after day with every salad, every smoothie. Your body starts to fall behind. And since calcium and magnesium are critical for muscle contraction, endurance, and recovery, their absence can lead to real physical consequences. Muscle cramps become more frequent. Fatigue sets in faster. And even the smallest tasks begin to feel like more of a challenge. But that's not all. When oxalic acid accumulates in your system over time, it can lead to the formation of kidney stones, a painful condition that's unfortunately quite common in older adults. And while that may seem like a separate issue, it's not. Because your kidneys help regulate your body's mineral balance, and when they're under stress, your whole system, including your muscles, feels it. There's also another lesser-known impact. Oxalates interfere with ATP production, the molecule your muscles use for energy. Without enough ATP, your muscles tire faster and recover more slowly. You may find yourself needing longer rest between activities, or feeling unusually sore after simple movements. And yet so many people, especially health-conscious older adults, add handfuls of raw spinach into their daily green smoothies, or eat large salads thinking they're doing something great for their bodies. The good news is you don't have to give up spinach, but you do need to prepare it wisely. Cooking spinach, even just lightly boiling or steaming it, can reduce its oxalic acid content by up to 40%, making the calcium, magnesium, and other nutrients much more accessible to your body. And when you drain off the cooking water, you remove a good portion of those oxalates too. Balance is key. If you enjoy raw spinach, have it once or twice a week, not every day. And when you do, pair it with foods rich in bioavailable calcium, like low-fat dairy tofu almonds or sesame seeds. These combinations help counteract the binding effect of oxalic acid and keep your mineral levels stable. You can also rotate your greens. There's a whole world beyond spinach greens, like kale. Arugula, romaine, and butter lettuce are lower in oxalates and still packed with nutrients. They're gentle on your kidneys, friendly to your muscles, and easy to include in salads or soups. These are small shifts, but they protect the minerals that your body depends on to move, lift, walk, and live independently. Because strength isn't just about muscle mass, it's also about what's happening behind the scenes. The delicate balance of minerals, the fuel your cells are using, the quiet support system that holds everything together. And sometimes it's the food you trust the most, the ones you believe are helping that need a second look. Coming up next, we'll talk about something many people can't go a morning without. It's warm, comforting, energizing, and surprisingly, one of the most common hidden threats to muscle health in older adults. Let's talk about coffee. Sometimes the foods and drinks that feel most familiar, most comforting, are the ones that slowly chip away at our strength without us realizing it. And few things are as deeply rooted in our daily routines as coffee. For many people, it's the first thing they reach for in the morning. That rich aroma, the warmth in your hands, the gentle jolt that wakes up your senses. It's a ritual, a comfort, a habit that feels almost sacred. Coffee itself isn't the enemy. In moderation, it can offer real benefits. It's full of antioxidants, can improve alertness, and even support brain function. But when it's consumed in excess, especially as we age, it becomes something very different. A silent thief of muscle health. What makes coffee so tricky is its diuretic effect. Caffeine increases how much fluid your body eliminates through urine. And with that fluid, you also lose critical minerals like calcium and magnesium, two of the most important nutrients for strong, functional muscles. When these minerals are depleted, your muscles start to feel it. Cramps, twitching, general fatigue. The body begins to show signs, though they're often brushed off as normal aging. But it's not just age. It's imbalance. Caffeine also has a powerful impact on your stress hormones, especially cortisol. When you drink coffee, especially on an empty stomach or during moments of stress, your body releases more cortisol into the bloodstream. Now here's the problem. Cortisol breaks down muscle tissue. It signals the body to convert muscle protein into quick energy, especially when the body feels under threat or exhausted. And while that response might have helped our ancestors run from danger in today's world, it's just slowly eating away at our strength. The higher your cortisol levels, the harder it becomes for your body to build or maintain muscle mass. And the more coffee you drink, particularly in large amounts throughout the day, the more that cycle repeats itself. But the damage doesn't end there. Coffee also interferes with something that's essential to muscle recovery: sleep. You see, muscle repair doesn't happen while you're moving or eating, it happens while you sleep. During deep sleep stages, your body releases growth hormone, which plays a key role in repairing tissues, rebuilding muscle fibers, and helping you feel rested and strong the next day. But when caffeine lingers in your system, especially if you drink coffee in the late afternoon or evening, it shortens those deep sleep cycles. You may still fall asleep, but the quality of your rest is reduced. And over time, that adds up to less recovery, more breakdown, and gradual loss of strength. And then there's the acidity. Coffee is acidic by nature, and for some people it increases inflammation and digestive issues that indirectly affect how well the body absorbs nutrients. The more inflammation in your body, the more vulnerable your muscles become to wear and tear. So what can you do? You don't have to give up coffee completely, but it's important to be mindful of how much you drink and when you drink it. 1 or 2 small cups a day, ideally in the morning, and after eating something, can allow you to enjoy the benefits of coffee without overwhelming your system. Avoid drinking coffee late in the afternoon or evening. Your muscles will thank you for the deeper, more restful sleep. If you feel like you need something warm throughout the day, consider green tea. It contains less caffeine, and it's rich in antioxidants that actually support muscle and brain health. Herbal teas like chamomile ginger or rooibos are also great choices, soothing, hydrating, and mineral-friendly. And don't forget to replenish. If you drink coffee regularly, make sure your diet includes foods rich in calcium and magnesium. Leafy green vegetables, cooked seeds like chia or sesame nuts, like almonds or walnuts, and mineral-rich water when possible. These small steps help balance the effects of caffeine and keep your body in a state that supports muscle function instead of draining it. Because strength isn't just built in the gym or in the foods you eat, It's protected in the choices you make, moment by moment, sip by sip. And now that we've reached the end, let's take a quiet moment to reflect. White bread and refined flours. Fruit juices that strip away fiber and flood the liver. Processed meats that inflame and starve the muscle. Raw spinach consumed in excess blocking essential minerals. And coffee, when taken too much or too late, silently stealing rest and repair. They're so common, so familiar. Yet each one carries a hidden weight, a quiet cost to the strength you depend on every day. But here's the beautiful truth: it's not too late to change. Your body is still listening, still adapting, still ready to rebuild. Even in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, small choices can lead to powerful results. Choosing real food over processed, cooking simply instead of relying on convenience, swapping the quick fix for the long-term fuel your muscles crave. Think for a moment how many of these foods are part of your daily routine. What surprised you the most? And more importantly, what change will you make today to protect your strength? Because strength isn't just the ability to lift something heavy, it's the freedom to live life on your terms. To walk, to move, to stay independent. To reach for the things you love without hesitation. If this message has opened your eyes, I encourage you to share it with someone you care about. A spouse, a friend, a neighbor. Because we're not just aging, we're still living. And we deserve to live strong. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the Senior Fit channel, your home for weekly trusted advice on aging well, eating smart, and staying powerful in every chapter of life. Let's keep growing stronger together.